San Juan, Puerto Rico, the most celebrated fighter of his generation, readies himself for what would be the greatest victory of a brilliant career. For Oscar de la Hoya, the routine is familiar. But this time, something's different. The odds are against him. Unusual territory for a boxing legend.
Look at De La Hoya! He wants to fight! The golden boy is golden once again.
Meanwhile, just beyond the globe, the Las Vegas Strip, lurks an undefeated world champion, universally regarded as boxing's best.
Look me in the eye right now, Oscar. Look me in my eye. I'm gonna beat you.
Now, as boxing's most anticipated matchup in years approaches, two men seek their greatest victory. Only one will find it.
This is what I know. This is what I do.
You don't want to make me your enemy.
Look, I'm the top drawer. You remember that.
You can't be two good guys. I chose to be the bad guy.
I'm gonna beat you till you respect me. I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna make you call me pretty. I'm gonna beat you, like that.
I'm still gonna be this.
4 weeks, 2 camps, all access.
Gotta go to work, baby. Gotta go to work.
This is an unprecedented, unfiltered look at the lives of two champions as they prepare for an historic showdown. On the north coast of Puerto Rico sits the island's capital city of San Juan, a tropical seaport known for its picturesque coastline, relaxing resorts, and historic charm. But at a small gym in the outlying village of Guaynabo, the mood is far from tranquil. Oscar de la Hoya, the most popular fighter in boxing, has arrived with his team at the Wilfredo Gomez Gymnasium for the first day of training camp.
I love that feeling of having that unity, you know, and being like a family. We have one mission, one goal.
Team de la Hoya includes his older brother Joel, one of Oscar's closest confidants. Rob Garcia, the conditioning coach charged with preparing de la Hoya for what many feel will be the toughest fight of his career. And a newcomer to the De La Hoya inner circle, trainer Freddie Roach. Roach has replaced Floyd Mayweather Sr., De La Hoya's last trainer, and the father of his opponent. Roach anticipates little trouble motivating his fighter.
Oscar's one of those cats that if you get under his skin a little bit and so forth, he's going to take it personal. And dealing with Floyd's antics, the way he treated Oscar in the press tour, a lot of people want to see him shut this Mayweather's mouth.
Making a toast to me kicking Oscar.
For De La Hoya, developing a dislike for Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been easy in the wake of Mayweather's behavior during an 11-city, 9-day press tour in late February. The antics began when the tour kicked off in New York City.
Here we are in the biggest fight of our lives, and you have the pound-for-pound champion of the world acting like out of his mind. He couldn't control himself.
I'm gonna make it a rough and tough fight come May 5th.
I'm so scared.
Hi, my name Oscar de la Hoya. I'm gonna do this. You ain't gonna do.
He wanna say things I say. He wanna get on the camera and say he gotta keep up his fake image. I'm real, man. Floyd Mayweather, steak and potatoes for life. Oscar not gonna stay inside for y'all, I will.
As the tour progressed, so did the provocation.
You ain't gonna do this. Come on up here, Oscar. Bring Oscar up here. There you go. There you go.
He stole my bag, took my belongings, a few books I had in there, my boxing gloves. I'm a professional. I've been in this ballgame for a long time. I've been in many big fights. It's not gonna work.
He said I stole his training gear. Okay, we'll do something about it May 5th. That's all I gotta say. Okay, I stole your... Now do something about it. Do something about it.
You have this kid who is under a lot of pressure. Will he rise to the occasion, or will he be crushed because the lights are too bright? We'll have to wait and see.
If Mayweather is crushed, it would be a first. a boxing virtuoso with the swagger to match, the man they call Pretty Boy has methodically steamrolled each of his 37 professional opponents. As Camp Mayweather opens, there is a recharged atmosphere.
Out the wood, brother. Never come out the wood.
You need a shirt?
Yeah.
Early this morning, Floyd's uncle and trainer Roger completed a 6-month jail sentence for a 2006 assault conviction. Hours later, with his young son Lakai in tow, he is back on the job.
What'd that say, Kai?
Who's my trainer? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Roger Mayweather's my trainer.
Oh, geez.
That arrangement may be unsettling for a surprising visitor to camp, Floyd's father. Floyd Mayweather Sr. laid the groundwork that led to Floyd becoming a world champion at 21. But their relationship soured when Sr. was sent to jail on a drug charge while Jr. was still an amateur.
He left my life when I was 16. He came back into my life when I was 21. So I was a man. And he always kept treating me like a child, like a little kid. And I'm like, I'm a man.
When somebody criticizes everything you do, you don't want to be around them anyway. Oh, you doing that wrong. Oh, you doing that wrong. Oh, you doing that wrong. What am I doing right? I won the world championship, didn't I?
Father and son's relationship, once close, turned tense. In 2000, Floyd made a tough decision. Uncle was in, Dad was out. But now, after parting ways with De La Hoya, for the first time in 7 years, Floyd Sr. is back.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. is my father, and I respect him as my father. But Floyd Mayweather right here is gonna do him. He's gonna do what he wanna do.
It's Floyd's fight. Whatever he decides he want to do, that's fine with me. If he want a great chance, he'll have his daddy. If he want an all right chance, then maybe he'll do something else.
He probably one of the biggest fights in the world, right? How he get there? Huh? Did he get there based on what his father said? Or he did get there based on what I said? I'm the one training him.
With his uncle and father not on speaking terms, Floyd took it upon himself to clarify their roles as camp began.
I basically called him and basically like, no disrespect. I'm not in that relationship. I still want to keep finding some relationship. If you want to continue to give me pointers, I appreciate it. If you still want to come, you can. But it's just that, I want to ride. I'm just loyal. In the kitchen of his 12-room mansion in the outskirts of San Juan, Oscar De La Hoya relaxes with lifelong friend Eric Gomez. The afternoon is spent watching the Masters on television.
We got a bogey lick.
This is very Americanized. No, in Puerto Rico, we put it in the pot, in the stove, and that's the real deal. But I'm married to Mexican-American, so we use the machine here.
For De La Hoya, life in Puerto Rico with his wife and 14-month-old son Oscar Gabriel is a stark contrast to where he came from, a place where nobody ever enjoyed the choice of how to make an espresso. De La Hoya is from East Los Angeles, the son of Mexican immigrants. Growing up, his family often relied on food stamps to get by.
Tiger Woods.
When you're a kid, you think that the whole world is perfect. You think that nobody's gonna do any harm to you. Your surroundings are just all positive, and you're just a happy kid living on the block, and that's how I grew up.
We came from a tough neighborhood. We were surrounded by drugs, violence. There's actually a few ways out of there, and one of them is education. Our parents instilled that in us, and the other way is sports.
The De La Hoyas are a family of fighters. Grandfather Vicente, Father Joel, and now, by no accident, Oscar.
I went to the park on a Saturday morning, and we were playing ball with our little friends, and all of a sudden I see my father's car pull up, and he's walking towards the mound. At the time I was pitching, and he yanks me away and says, nope, you're not playing. You're gonna go. You have to be a fighter. You're gonna be a fighter. And so he takes me to the car, and that was the end of my baseball dreams.
The skills young Oscar showed in the ring inspired big dreams there. And as he blossomed into a top amateur, one voice was usually heard above the rest.
With Oscar's mother, you know, they had a special bond, and she was Oscar's biggest fan. She always looked after him. She was at all his amateur fights. She's the one that would pat him in the back, give him a kiss, hug him.
I remember fighting as an amateur, and I would be up in the ring, and so the first bell would ring, and we would be fighting, and I would hear this lady just yelling, hit him, And it was my mom.
Oscar's father taught him the basics of boxing. His mother provided the inspiration.
I always thought that she would be with us forever. That she would beat this disease, and she would live on and continue on being there ringside at my fights. And it never crossed my mind that she would be gone one day.
In 1990, as it became clear De La Hoya would be a contender in the Olympics, Cecilia lost her long battle with breast cancer. Oscar considered quitting the sport, but the memory of her final words to him convinced him otherwise.
Win the gold medal. Don't give up. When she told me those words, they hit home, they hit my heart. And I think till this day, it's what keeps me going. It's part of the reason why I keep on fighting, because of her, because of those words she told me when she was in bed, sick.
Lucy, good girl, come.
Before he got married, Oscar was not a dog lover. Now,
Good girl.
thanks to
You
Millie,
can get it.
he owns 5.
Lucy, good girl. This is Lucy. And then this is Penny. Penny Lane, come. Hey, that's the mutt. She never listens. Get over here. Come. Get the ball. Go. Go. Go.
Boxers traditionally seclude themselves in remote locations for the duration of pre-fight training. But for this bout, both fighters are defying convention. The sessions are no less grueling, no less intense. But for Mayweather, the comforts of home are just a short ride away after a typically punishing day.
6,633 punches.
Yeah. When I'm out in them wild boys, blunts and fillets. When I'm out in LA, boys, raps and switches. Now blood walk to this, now rip walk to this. Now throw it up, raise it up for that gangsta shit.
Let me tell you about Oscar brother. Oscar brother is a
Oscar, his brother, none of them even cut like that. They don't want no confrontation.
I don't know. Don't be a fighter. You don't want no confrontation. Little. I want some confrontation straight up. That's my boy 50 Cent, AKA
Curtis.
AKA let's get it poppin'. Don't nobody understand 50 Cent. We talk about things that he don't talk about with nobody else. He's the villain in rap music. I'm the villain in boxing. I tell him like this. I'm at the top. When I'm at the top, I ain't trying to look at who's behind me. I'm leading the way. You gotta worry about getting in my spot.
People ask me like, they say to beat Floyd Mayweather, right? I say, how could you beat Floyd Mayweather? And they sit there and they think about it, and then they get puzzled. You know why? Because it's hard for you to figure out to beat somebody who's undefeated.
If I was in the rap game, 50, if I was in the rap game, I think I'd be
Floyd Mayweather of hip hop.
And guess what? I'm 50 Cent in boxing. Real recognize real. He a real. I'm a real. Period. PB lifestyle flashy, flamboyant forever.
Nick, I'll finish it for you.
Straight to the bank with this. the greatest.
Back in the Caribbean, the sun christens another perfect day in Old San Juan. Downtown at La Bambaria, a local coffee shop, an unfamiliar face sits among the regulars. He takes his coffee light and sweet and makes himself at home.
I used to have a place like this in LA, and then they changed it and went fancy on me, so I don't go there anymore. I don't like fancy places. I like where you can sit down casually, have a cup of coffee, and like, you know, no one really bothers you.
At first glance, no one would suspect that Freddie Roach makes his living in the field of sanctioned violence. The stylish eyeglasses and easygoing demeanor are hardly indicators that this is one of the most highly sought-after trainers in boxing.
There you go. Come on.
Hey, Jim. Yeah. That's it. Be fair. Jim, now, if you don't punch, the referee's going to warn you. Go right away. It's forgotten about, okay? This is a fight. Come on. Yeah, let's go. Hook right hand. That's it. Nice. He works hard, which everyone told me he does. The further we get into it, the better I'll know him, and I'll know when to push and when to hold back a little bit. I'm very happy where we're at. Get him on the ropes, double jab, put his back, square him up, double jab. Ah! That's it.
It's taken less than a week of camp for fighter and trainer to confirm they're a good match. Floyd Mayweather Sr. is already a distant memory for De La Hoya, as Roach has quickly proven himself an adept teacher and able motivator.
You know, be smart with this guy. I'll think him and I'll fight him. He's cute. He feints head movement. Your boxing ability. He's never seen anyone like you before. He hasn't faced an opponent like you ever in his life. You just have some room. This is your house, son. Go.
That's it, baby. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Dig down, man. Dig down, dig down. You got 10 seconds, huh? 10 seconds. Finish strong, baby. Finish strong, finish strong, finish strong. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Good balance, good balance. Come on, come on, come on. You got time.
He's way ahead of schedule right now, and I was really happy with the workout today, and that's how we're going to bring him into the fight that night. Fresh, happy, ready to go, not bored of boxing. You feel okay?
Yeah, I feel good.
Good.
I believe me.
It's just timing. It's just
I mean, believe it or not, this is one of the best training camps I've ever had.
Yeah, enjoy it.
The following morning, another champion touches down in San Juan. A man whose prior engagements with Oscar De La Hoya wouldn't make him a likely guest in camp.
Right hand by Mosley after a De La Hoya left to the Sugar.
But since his 2 victories over De La Hoya, Sugar Shane Mosley has joined up with Oscar's Golden Boy Promotions. Now joining camp as a sparring partner, you could say that the former welterweight champ is simply being a loyal employee.
Okay, thank you very much.
I'm just looking to help out a fellow friend, you know, so he can be the best he can possibly be in a fight. You know, I'm probably the best guy for the job anyway because of my hand speed and my movement and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm just helping out, man. I'm not getting paid any money or anything. I'm just, you know, the only thing I think I'm getting out of it is keep myself sharp and stay in shape. I mean, what better sparring than sparring with a guy like Oscar, you know?
De La Hoya begins training promptly each night at 6 o'clock. The sessions are closed to the public, and gym manager Jose Sanchez spends the evening guarding the door. De La Hoya's presence is big news in San Juan. Among today's headlines, how unusual it is for the camp sparring partner to be a former world champ.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. That's good.
Good, everything good?
Good.
Can't get any better sparring for him and for myself. So it's like, you know, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You know, it's we're working together, and you know, obviously he's a great champion, and he's gonna get great work out of it too, just like myself. So it's perfect that he can come down here and do me the favor.
Walk him into it, though. Set it up, okay? A little head movement, sit, cut him off, hook right hand, okay?
With one of his new weapons shouting instructions from the corner and the other hurling punches at his head, De La Hoya goes to work. The fight is 29 days away. In April 2006, Roger Mayweather was suspended by the Nevada State Athletic Commission for 12 months. On Tuesday, he requested reinstatement and the right to man his nephew's corner on May 5th, a year after his involvement in one of the ugliest incidents in recent boxing memory.
They put me back on the paperwork, let me work. They tried to deny me a living. Why? I ain't did nothing wrong. Huh? They already know that.
Floyd Mayweather was facing Zab Judah for Judah's welterweight title in Las Vegas. Judah looked strong early.
Big left hand over the top by Judah. Crowd is going wild for Judah.
But as the bout wore on, Mayweather fought back, and Judah fought dirty.
Great opportunity. And there's a low blow by Judah. That was a low blow. And Mayweather is badly hurt by the low blow. And now Roger Mayweather wants to come after Zab. And now Leonard Ellerbe wants Yoel Judah. And a riot is going to break out in the ring.
I'm a fighter. I act on my emotion, and that's my nephew. How would you feel if somebody hit your mama? Okay, then that's how I felt.
What happened on the night of April the 8th, it happened. It was an unfortunate incident, and we all paid the price, including myself. I was suspended for 4 months. I was fined 50 G's. Roger was fined 200 G's, but it happened. We put it past us. We moved on. Bottom line is we're looking to continue to put the focus back on where it needs to be, and that's Floyd on whipping Oscars, because that's going to definitely happen.
Well, that's the key. Right there.
You've done your year, and you forfeited the $200,000. Okay, that's fine. If we allow you to have that license, and something happens that we can trust you to do the right thing. Can we do that? Can we trust you to do the right thing?
Sure you can.
Because you've learned a lesson.
Yes, I have.
If I may interject, what happened on that night of April 8th is no reflection on how we conduct ourselves as professionals and how we represent the state of boxing.
If we saw fit to give him a privileged license to be a second, I want you, Roger, to understand if something were to occur and you were a part of it, you know, you've heard of the death penalty in criminal law? That's how I would view that particular type of conduct.
You have to consider that I've already paid the price for what I've done. So if I do it again, then if he say I'm gonna be banned from boxing, boxing is what I love. So why would I want to be banned from something that I love to do?
I would move that Mr. Mayweather be relicensed in the state of Nevada, but subject to that express caveat, and that is that if there's another event that it should occur at any, not just this fight, but any time in the future, that you will be revoked for life.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? It's unanimous. Thank you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you.
Man,
What time, man?
I don't know what they're trying to do. I should have hired that lawyer right there, Johnny Cochran. Is that him? It's like an O.J. Simpson trial. Somebody got off. Somebody's guilty, and it sure ain't me. Woo-wee!
Back at Wilfredo Gomez Gym the next day, the sameness of camp gives way to spectacle for media day. De La Hoya's job description alternates between puncher and promoter as the media horde floods the camp for the day.
Give him some room.
golden boy is in the house, right? I mean, it's swamped. It's crazy, you know. But it's good for him anyways because he takes a day off from actual sparring training.
A sparring session with his wife is a temporary diversion from the looming presence 3,000 miles away.
I'm just an old dog trying to survive in this game here. I want to be known for, obviously, Oscar fighting the very best and beating the very best.
Oscar can't fool me. He know he gonna get beat. It's just how he gonna get beat. That's what he better worry about.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
You wanna talk your trash? Huh. We'll see.
Last Sunday night, Floyd Mayweather broke camp early. His entourage surrounded the television to watch the show that makes the pretty boy the bad boy.
I'm gonna make it a rough and tough fight come May 5th.
I'm so scared.
You have the pound-for-pound champion of the world acting like out of his mind. He couldn't control himself.
Hi, my name is Oscar De La Hoya. I'm gonna do this. You ain't go, dude. He gotta keep up his fake image. I'm real, man. Floyd Mayweather, steak and potatoes for life.
It's a fight. He works hard, which everyone told me he does. The further we get into it, the better I'll know him, and I'll know when to push and when to hold back a little bit. I'm very happy where we're at.
Yeah, I'm just looking to help out a fellow friend, you know, so he can be the best he can possibly be in a fight.
I'm at the top. When I'm at the top, I ain't trying to look at who's behind me. I'm leading the way. You gotta worry about getting in my spot.
Gotta go to work, baby. Gotta go to work.
Who's my trainer? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Roger Mayweather's my trainer.
Well, Chief, what's up? It's Floyd's fight. Whatever he decides he want to do, that's fine with me.
Oscar can't fool me. He know he gonna get beat. It's just how he gonna get beat.
Will he rise to the occasion or will he be crushed? We'll have to wait and see.
Ice that. Watch. I'm gonna ice that. That's on my life. I'm gonna ice that. Rod, get my running ready to put my miles in right now after watching it. Rod, get the running ready. I talk in this sport. I talk a lot of talk, gotta back it up. It's Sunday, 1 o'clock in the morning.
No New Year's Day.
Open dance floor. Feel free to join. There you go, Al. Okay. Any more? Hey, Nate, where you at, Nate? Hit the hustle, baby. Yeah, hit the hustle. Hit the hustle. Oh, there you go. Nate, where you at, Nate?
For most fighters, training camp is all work and no play. Then again, Floyd Mayweather isn't most fighters. But when it does come time to work, few attack the task with his intensity. The five-time world champion trains at only one speed and appears immune to exhaustion, while younger Mayweathers try their best to keep pace. And at the Mayweather Boxing Club, what can be the most violent of pursuits is also an enduring and endearing family affair.
My son will be probably the next great champion. Ain't gonna be another one after him. After him, he had one to be another one. Until then, Floyd gonna be the best. And I'm telling you this, you ain't training? Why you don't want to train? You want me to hold you? Oh my God. You supposed to be a champ, man. You ain't supposed to let me hold you. You a baby. Oh my God.
All my life, man, my whole life, everybody around me was boxing. I come from a fighting family.
Okay.
Family barbecues, they know what it is. It's dancing and boxing.
We'd have barbecues and cookouts and stuff like that. And if we didn't have any boxing gloves around, we'd even go into the closet and find mittens and gloves and stuff like that, use them as boxing gloves.
Before they turned professional, Floyd Sr. and Roger made their names as street fighters in their hometown of Grand Rapids, Michigan, with older brother Floyd the most feared figure on the city's southeast side.
They used to be in the street boxing, and Floyd used to whip everybody. He used to whip everybody. Sometimes he'd have them bleeding, and he was just crazy. And sometimes I had to tell him, stop, don't be doing that to those peoples.
Floyd Sr.'s career was derailed after a shooting left him with a hole in his leg. His focus quickly shifted to making a champion out of his infant son.
Oh my God. He loved that boy to death. He would take him in the stroller. And then when he got a little older, about a year old, then he hold him up and hit the bag.
He been in the gym all his life. That's all he know. All the Floyd know is boxing, man. It's no accident that Lil Floyd is good as he is. He's my son, and I'm his father.
Father coached and son obeyed, rising quickly through the amateur ranks.
First, I want to thank the good man upstairs for giving me this opportunity to win the national championship. And second of all, I want to thank my father.
He's the best in the Midwest, I must confess. For all the rest is no contest.
Floyd Jr. would win 3 national amateur titles. Success, though, didn't come easily.
My dad was real hard on me, I couldn't make no mistakes. You know, if I make a mistake, you know, my dad, you know, kind of, you know, cuss me out, slap me, check me, chastise me, put me in my place.
No pain, no gain. See, that's something that I installed in him. Whether he said it or not, it's something that I installed in him.
He really never had a chance to be a kid like us because his daddy expected so much from him. He couldn't play basketball because he might go up for a jumper and come down wrong on the knee. He never got to eat candy. He just missed out on so much. What the public see right now from Floyd is him being that child that he never really got to be.
I've heard so many people say his daddy treated him like he was in a boot camp. You know what? Look at him today.
Far from the glory of the ring are the guts of preparation. 4 rolls of gauze, 7 rolls of tape, the right pair of scissors, a folding chair, and terry cloth towel. But most importantly, the right man for the job, Joe Chavez. His task is simple but integral. Protect a fighter's most prized possession, his hands.
This gets me inside the house, Joe.
Freddie Roach, meanwhile, protects another prized possession, the wedding ring.
Well, he takes it off every day before he wraps his hands, and I put it in a safe place because the first day he doesn't know, but I lost it. And Joel kicked it and said, "What's that?" I saw the ring. I said, "Oh, that's mine." And so Joel knows I lost it that first day, but I'd be in big trouble. The first day I lost, I can't believe it.
As day turns to night in Puerto Rico, the crowded gym clears out for De La Hoya's 6 p.m. workout. Amidst the transition, a former champion turned sparring partner shows a side talent for impersonation.
He did Trinidad, Trinidad.
How about the Shane Mosley?
Shane Mosley.
That's a solid wrap. Protects your hand, almost like a cast. You're guaranteed not to hurt your hands.
Double your money back guarantee.
This is Wink right here.
At the forum one time, this guy wrapped the guy. After the fight, he pulled the glove and the wrap came with it.
Oh, and Floyd with the shoulder, this is Floyd right here. So we got, basically he's trying to evade this punch, so he come back with his right uppercut sometime, or he wants to get down, get out the way of the hook, slide over, so go to the hook, bump, you put the left hook on the right hand. That's basically Floyd.
You're getting better, Joe, after all these years.
I'm learning, still learning. Maybe someday I'll perfect it.
Well, Shane has to leave us for other obligations, of course. So today will be his last day of sparring with Oscar for this camp. Before he does the Jay Leno show, we will box for the last time with Shane Mosley, and that'll be the final day of sparring. See your left hook. Try that left hook, okay? Because you're walking right into it, okay? You'll have good success that round. It was very good, all right? When you make him switch direction, lead him into the shot, okay?
Let's go.
Shane Mosley and Oscar De La Hoya are business partners in Golden Boy Promotions. Their latest collaboration appears to have worked out well. The fight is 19 days away.
He's looking real good and strong, and his punches, they feel real crisp. With the 16 ounces on winnings, and I can feel it through on my arms when he's hit me on the arms. So I know when he puts the 10s on, Mayweather's really gonna feel those shots.
Mosley and De La Hoya will reunite in Los Angeles in 2 weeks, when training concludes with one final sparring session before the May 5th bout. They say, pound for pound, Floyd Mayweather is the best in the world. He might even be good enough to do it with his eyes closed. After another punishing workout, Floyd heads to his mandatory pre-fight physical.
Are you ready?
Hey, Doctor.
How are you?
Hi.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. All boxers are required by the various state commissions to have a qualification or a licensing exam. It's to determine whether they're fit to box. Now I want you just to run in place for 2 minutes. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. The object is to see whether their cardiovascular condition is good, their hearing is good, their vision is good. Look at me. That's it. Now follow the light. I've seen him so many times in the office. I think my staff will vouch for it. He's a very genuine person, very nice. Certainly doesn't have that kind of character that the media describes of him. He's just an all-around fine gentleman. Okay, don't poke your eye out. That's good. I get a little upset when I read stuff or see stuff on television about Floyd because it isn't Floyd.
Stop moving. Okay, I'm sorry.
At least not what we see in his everyday walk of life.
Night falls in Las Vegas, but Mayweather's day is far from over. Most boxers adhere to a strict workout schedule. Floyd, though, is uninterested in convention. He works out up to 4 times daily. The only thing routine about his regimen is its unpredictability.
I train every day. I train every day. Hard. I train at awkward times. It all depends on how I feel. I never get tired. Never get tired. Last night, you dropped 2 orange juices and a rock star. I had to stay up to drive home.
I was falling asleep. I was doing like 110 coming back.
Well, you shouldn't drink Rockstar. Drink, what's the other one?
Monster.
Red Bull. Crunk juice.
Drink Red Bull. Crunk juice. I don't know what crunk juice is. Drink whatever time. If Rockstar give me some money, you drink Rockstar.
Well, he is giving us some money.
Rockstars? Drink Rockstar, not Red Bull. Red Bull.
Mayweather wraps up his workout at close to 3 a.m. 3 time zones away in the Caribbean, the sun has risen, and Oscar de la Hoya's day is beginning. His route traces the 16th century walls of El Morro that once guarded San Juan Bay. Later that morning at Freddie Roach's condo, a film class is in session.
Is pretty strong tonight. If you're not careful, if the fight goes on, somebody is sucking it.
Did you notice in this fight, Freddie? Morales doesn't throw any jabs.
If he moves that jab to the chest,
He never throws jab. He wants to fight too much.
On May 5th, Oscar will absorb up to 12 rounds of punches. The body must be trained, but the mind has to be fed as well. Like any test, you can't study too much.
That was 130 pound, 135, and now we're at 154. I think the strength's going to be a big difference.
Freddie Roach speaks from experience, 30 years worth in the fight game. First as a journeyman boxer, and later as an understudy to legendary trainer Eddie Futch. Roach has seen, heard, and felt it all in boxing. Now he is paying the price.
Well, I have Parkinson's syndrome. It's more trauma-related from being boxing maybe too long. You know, it's something that I deal with every day. You know, I don't walk that great. I have drop foot on my left leg, and I have tremors, mostly on my left side, but both in my head a little bit sometimes. I hate this machine.
In truth, it's a love-hate relationship. The effort can be painful, but his feelings for boxing remain pure and passionate. While the sport may have dealt him Parkinson's, his continued dedication to the sweet science helps keep his body from betraying him completely.
I'm going to work my ass off until this ride's over.
How far did you take that machine?
8 minutes, 895 feet. My best day. I'm tired. I don't blame boxing. I picked the sport. Nobody made me do it. I'm not going to let the Parkinson's take over. And the sport that I'm involved with, you know, when I catch Mitch, I use my hand-eye coordination, and everything I do is to fight that fights the symptoms of Parkinson's of becoming rigid and kind of stiff. Hey, watch out! You want to try and walk him right into that shot. Beautiful shot. All right, don't reach for that shot, okay, son? Yes, that's the shot. Step with me, good job again. There you go, cut him off, good.
I'm still in awe with Freddie Roach because, as we all know, he does have Parkinson's.
That's it again. That's it.
You know, how is he gonna handle the rigorous training? The day-to-day, you know, in, out for 2 whole months. And, you know, we have to keep up with him. It's incredible, it's amazing.
He's running, cut the ring off. Come on, don't let me get that corner.
You have to admire him and be inspired by what this guy's doing.
Come on, be rough with this. That's it. There you go. You know, the thing is, I don't want anyone to feel bad for me or sorry for me. Parkinson's is just something I deal with every day, and life has served me served that up to me, and I just deal with
it. Roach's afternoon duties include the trainer's conference call with reporters. Roger Mayweather answers questions first, and then it's Roach's turn.
Our next question is coming from Dan Rafael of ESPN.
Hey, Freddie, how are you today?
Hey, Dan, what's up?
Freddie, can you just give me your assessment of what it's been like to see Oscar sparring with Shane?
What's that been like?
Excellent sparring. You know, Shane can emulate Floyd a little bit, and he obviously has the speed, maybe even a little quicker. But the work's been just great between the two. It's been our best work yet, and I'd like to thank Shane for, you know, I can't call him a sparring partner, of course, because he's a great fighter, but the work has really helped us out.
Okay, thank you very much, Freddie.
Yep.
Thank you. Our next question is coming from Jeremy Stokowitz of Swanson Communication.
Here, you want. It's Freddie. Hello? Hello?
It's not Jeremy. Can you please identify yourself?
This is Jeremy. I can't talk?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm Jeremy. I want to know what's the strategy, how to deal with Mr. Mayweather.
Could you repeat that?
I said, I want to know the strategy and how to deal with Mr. Mayweather.
Watch May 5th and you'll see it.
Huh?
Watch May 5th and you can enjoy it.
No, I want to ask you because you're the trainer, ain't you?
Yeah, but I'm not going to reveal our game plan at this point.
I don't want to ask your game plan. I just want to see how you're going to deal with him.
Could you speak English, please?
Guy. No, I want to ask you.
Oscar always saying this. I'm in the best shape of my life. You're always in the best shape of your life, but you're always getting tired. So it's obvious it's something that you're not doing right.
To the press gathered for Mayweather Media Day, Floyd Sr. presents himself as a member of the camp's inner circle. As the ice slowly melts between father and son, Sr. is eager to lend Floyd an insider's perspective on his former pupil.
Oscar, I heard you named a new coach named Freddie Roach. Can he train you? Yes, he can. But can he come to your aid? That's like fighting my son with an empty can of Raid.
Floyd Sr.'s venom for Roach may seem odd, until you consider the spot that Roach now occupies. For the past 6 years, it's been Sr. in De La Hoya's corner.
Look, man, you can knock this out right now. Now quit wasting time, man. Use your jab, man. Use your jab.
Meanwhile, his son had grown into boxing's pound-for-pound best and issued a direct challenge to De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya wanted. You know, he know my number. He know how to call me. He know how to get in touch with me. Only thing I'm going to do is keep racking up victories and beating the best. Oscar De La Hoya said that he wants the best. He want to leave off fighting the best. Bring it on. I'll text that, too.
Now, if your daddy's training Oscar and you challenge Oscar, hey, he threw a challenge out there at me, too.
De La Hoya accepted the challenge, but along the way, found a new trainer.
With Freddie, I can feel his passion. I couldn't have that with Floyd Mayweather Sr. It's his son who I'm fighting, and if he was training me, I wouldn't have that same passion, you know, from him.
Having parted ways with Oscar, Floyd Sr. still has no official role in Camp Mayweather, but father continues to show up, and son feels his presence.
My dad came to the gym and started working with me. He didn't say nothing. He just caught me off guard. I'm not gonna say to my dad, hey, what you doing here? Get you out the gym. I can't do that. It's my father. Still.
Man, I bring a lot to the table. My son know I bring a lot to the table. I bring a lot to the table. I'm not saying that Roger can't be the man, but I need to be the man for this situation because I'm the one that knows De La Hoya.
Why? I don't need him to beat De La Hoya. For what? He ain't gotta give me no inside tips, because I don't need no inside tips. If his son listen, he gotta give them to his son. Right? But his son gonna listen to me.
I'm the best on the planet. Now who wouldn't want me unless something wrong with him?
Why would you be mad at me because your son wanna train with me and not with you? I ain't put no gun to your son's head and say, look, you need to train with me. So why all of a sudden would I need to make up oh, well, I need to make up and say, oh, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? I ain't done to begin with.
There is just over a week remaining before De La Hoya heads for Vegas, and the pace is increased accordingly. Only a local legend can break the tempo.
8, 9.
Felix Tito Trinidad once trained inside these walls. Now, nearly 2 years since his last fight, Tito is all smiles and wishing Oscar good luck.
La es mucho más fuerte, más alto, más fortaleza, más experiencia. La tiene toda. De la vida tiene toda frente a Mayweather. Sinceramente.
Oscar rarely breaks camp before the sun sets, but he'll make an exception today.
All right, so now just finished another hard day of work, and it's my second half's birthday, so let's go. Huh?
Oh, it's our room.
Let's go in the back. Oh, Freddie.
Okay.
So we're almost there. I had this cake made for her. Her favorite chocolate chip ice cream cake with hot fudge. Ooh, she loves that. Score some brownie points. Ah! Papa. ¿Qué pasó, mi amor? Happy birthday to mommy. Happy birthday to mommy. Ba. Happy birthday to mommy. Happy birthday to you. She's gonna answer the door.
A lot of people don't know. Like, a lot of people don't know who's really been in my life. Like, from the beginning, just with the support. We're not talking about the money, we're just talking about the trust, who's been there for me. Other kids, they may have a mother, they may have their father in their life, or they may have both parents in their life. With me, I never really had no stable home. I stayed with my grandmother. My dad would come by and take me to the boxing gym and drop me back off and give me a few dollars, but that wasn't the love that I was looking for. The kind of love I wanted was the love that I give my kids. I was disciplined as a child by my father, real hard and harsh. It's part of you just a product of your environment. To this day, till I was like 21 years old, I was afraid of my father. Always been scared to go to him and talk to him about anything. Anything. I want to talk to him about so many different things that happened in my life, but I couldn't go to him and talk to him because I was too scared. I don't want to go through the rest of my life beefing with my father. That's not a good feeling, and I feel that's childish. And I feel one of us has to be the bigger man. And so, I could just let him know that, that I love him, man. And let's not keep this childish, going on. Let's grow up.
In a boxing gym not far from the Vegas Strip, Floyd Mayweather Sr. is back in charge as head trainer. He barks instructions to his world-class pupil in preparation for their upcoming title bout.
We got 10 minutes. We need to be working. We need to be working.
But the fight is not on May 5th, and the fighter is not his son. It's lightweight contender Joan Guzman. Guzman is co-promoted by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, and Senior hasn't been to his son's camp in days. By all appearances, he won't be visiting anytime soon.
LaFord always carried himself in a very nice manner. LaFord always been a nice kid, you know? But I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know this kid now that y'all run this film on TV. I don't know him. He said, my loyalty is in Roger. What do you mean by his loyalty is in Roger? I'm your daddy, man.
Roger Mayweather, Floyd's uncle and head trainer, has his nephew in peak physical form days before the biggest fight of his career. Floyd Sr.'s absence is of little concern.
A lot of times people think that I hate my father just because we don't see eye to eye. I love my dad. I love my dad. But my dad wants to come and control everything. My dad's a control freak. And that's what we fell out at in the past. 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only thing I have to say about my father is this. My dad's a great trainer, but he's not the only great trainer that's out there.
At a time when most fighters begin tapering off, Mayweather maintains his relentless pace. Another day complete, and the numbers don't lie. 3,000 miles away in the Caribbean, Mayweather's opponent is just as driven. And the soundtrack in the gym is the familiar rhythm of fist against speed bag. Wife and son seem impressed with the demonstration. Father, meanwhile, will need all the speed he can get against the quickest opponent he's ever faced.
The game that I'll be utilizing come May 5th will be in offense, more than the defense. Obviously, defense is very important, but I can't wait to show off, what I'm really made of. It's been a good ride with Freddie.
He's coming. That's way step. There you go. Side to side. Good job. Side to side.
Utilizing his technique has really helped me out a lot.
Nice shot. We know that this guy's his main asset is speed. And speed is very difficult to conquer sometimes in boxing. Oscar's smart enough to do it, and we have a little bit of speed ourselves, of course, but we got to kind of set traps for this guy and be a little bit smarter than him and maybe be a little more physical than him. Bottom line, this is a fight, so I'm not telling Oscar to go out and bite him, nothing like that. But, it is a fight, so I want him to be a little more physical with his shoulders and his body weight and his overall strength.
Freddie Roach develops a game plan in a semi-public fashion. Sometimes we can listen in, other times not.
We gotta just watch out, be careful that we can't give our whole plan away. I'm sure they're filming things they want us to see, and I've already made some adjustments, and I'm sure you guys know it too, that I want them to see. So it's just a cat and mouse game. But you know what? Bottom line, all that won't matter on fight night. It won't matter. It's the better fighter will win that night.
Done, Freddie?
43 times Oscar De La Hoya has prepared for a professional fight. It's a passion, but one that inspires mixed feelings when his son joins him in the ring.
It brought me so much joy. I mean, I've never felt that type of joy. Seeing your own little baby boy running around the ring, happy as can be. But at the same time, it like crushes your heart because you hate to see one of your own kids do what you do, you know? I mean, I work so hard and my body goes through so much pain. And I just would hate my kids to be up in that ring and do it themselves, you know? I do it for them.
No.
A photo shoot can be one of the more tedious obligations a pro athlete has to endure. For Floyd Mayweather, it's an opportunity to showcase both his personality and his wealth.
America is built on two things: controversy and money. It's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's a green thing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 10. That's some more for you. That's like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, like 64,000.
Floyd's bankroll is almost always on display, whether he's at home counting stacks by the thousands, on the road sifting through a pile of hundreds, or simply sitting for a television interview.
I'm rich, I can carry all this money around. I ain't gotta carry no black card. I like to carry mine in cash. Get the job done better.
Leave me alone, I'll make it rain all day long. My name is Floyd, my name is Floyd, my name is Money Mayweather. My name is Floyd, my name is Floyd, my name is Money Mayweather.
Mayweather shows little modesty in flaunting his wealth. And while much of his vast fortune is generated in the ring, it's another investment strategy that keeps things interesting.
Man, why is he shooting that?
With the Vegas Strip just a Rolls-Royce ride away, Floyd visits the sportsbook nearly every night of the week. Tonight's bet, $34,000 on Allen Iverson's Denver Nuggets.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. See, Iverson got me paid, $34,000 tonight. Yeah, I mean, I told you boys can learn something. AI gets you paid.
Sportsbook, I be playing, I bet every day. I gamble, so I'm getting dough. I got cake.
I had the pick of the day, which is the answer. M. Oh, we hit them good today, baby.
The following morning, Mayweather is eager for a thrill of a more vicious sort as he welcomes a new sparring partner to the gym.
They say it's a new boy that's at the Lion's Den. Hey, y'all got Velvet? Is that Velvet? What is that, Velvet? We gonna cook him today. What is that, Velvet? We gonna cook him, fry him, dye him, and all the rest of him. What is that, Velvet? He gonna get killed. I'm gonna give it to him how we eat sushi. Raw. You see that boy over there? So you go tell him, you know my daddy gonna...
Mayweather places one limit on access. There's no filming of his sparring sessions. But when the cameras return a short while later, the evidence of what happened in the ring is brutally clear.
I tried to told you. I tried to told you. You know the blood was coming off so quick. It came out blue before it came out red.
Boy, ask for it. He came in here, you want to work with Floyd, you want to test his tools against the best, and they give it to him, You just saw what happened, blood everywhere.
I'm like, oh, turning, man. I got blood on me. You had the right to remain silent. Anything you said, dude, Can't will be get you the court of law. I ain't do it. But the evidence proves it. The evidence is all over it. Somebody else's.
Dawn breaks in Guaynabo. The geckos are stirring. So too are Freddie Roach and Team De La Hoya.
We're going to head down to the gymnasium down there. It's an outdoor basketball court, and we'll be working with some sprints. It's going to be short duration, and it's going to be high intensity. We're starting to phase down the stamina part of training now, so it's all quick reaction drills, keeping him sharp, keeping his reflexes as sharp as possible.
Go.
Come on, explode, explode, explode. Set, go. Set, go. Nice.
Guaynabo offers many places to train beyond the boxing ring. Today, De La Hoya takes to the basketball court. There's no ball here, though, only the loud instructions of Rob Garcia and the grunts of the Golden Boy.
This is the food that engineers, you know, all his energy and strength. So he was a little bit hesitant and more particular earlier on when we first implemented this diet. Now he's getting to the point where he rather enjoys it. He's used to it. Takes a little bit of discipline, but I think it's worthwhile.
Today's Mexican food day.
Burritos? Those are egg white wraps. But yeah, you can call them a burrito.
Organic burritos.
Boxing might remain Oscar's bread and butter, but it's now merely part of the financial empire he's created. Even as he trains, Oscar can't and doesn't want to escape the duties of a budding mogul. Back in downtown Los Angeles, business as usual is continuing at Golden Boy Promotions as the CEO works phones and closes deals. A Swiss banker by trade, Richard Schaefer has teamed with De La Hoya to become a formidable 1-2 punch.
Oscar is really not another athlete. He really is the exception to the rule. He's very, very much involved. He's very smart, very bright, really gets it, has great ideas from a marketing point of view, how to market the fight. He really knows his stuff. And so the word figurehead is certainly not warranted in any way or shape when it comes to Oscar.
Hey, how is the Golden Boy?
He's the only boxing promoter who really got punched in the head.
The one problem we have is, of course, the ticket requests, celebrity requests.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It is, I mean, it's amazing. We got the tickets last week. Actually, the MGM brought them here with 2 bodyguards.
And, you know, it is just like, I've never seen something like it.
Otherwise, there's some other sponsors.
De La Hoya hopes Golden Boy Promotions will be his lasting legacy. Distracting as it might be, he stays involved from Puerto Rico a week before the fight. A perk of being Oscar, inviting a few friends to Las Vegas.
Bye. Michael J. Fox. Hey, Michael. Matthew McConaughey. Nice, huh? Yeah, you're in, right? Definitely. Oh, George Lopez. What's up, Vato? Yeah, we're ready, bro.
And I saw him when he walked into the fight against Mayorga. He was completely lasered in. Being there, really for the first time to see Oscar fight, I mean, I just became more Mexican as the fight got into it. I think I ended up at the end with both fists in the air. I think there was a chicken in one hand and like a sandal in the other. You know, I was just completely, you know, as Mexican as you could be at that time. And I don't think I've ever felt prouder.
Your food, sir? 15 got nothing on me. Hey, Billy!
Oh, wow.
You got it? You got it? Okay. Come on. I'll race you. I'll race you.
50.
Mira, te va a dar.
With just days remaining until the biggest fight of his nephew's career, Roger Mayweather takes his training duties more seriously than ever. But like they say, once a fighter, always a fighter. There was a time when Roger was merely known as the other Mayweather. Floyd Sr. was an established professional, and his little brother was a notoriously hot-tempered prospect known as the Black Mamba.
I knocked out the coach. I knocked out my trainer. I knocked him out cold. I swear. Because God is my witness. I knocked him out cold. You know how much I weighed? 112 pounds. You know how much he weighed? 237 pounds.
Behind his devastating power and unique personality, Roger became one of boxing's most colorful figures.
And the boos you hear in the arena greet the entrance of the man who's built much of his career by knocking off Mexican fighters, Roger Mayweather.
The self-proclaimed Mexican assassin captured the 140-pound title, but his success bred envy, and Floyd Sr.'s career disintegrated after he was shot in the leg.
First it was Big Floyd, you know, the big brother, everybody looked up to him. He brought Roger into the game, and then Roger became a world champion, the fame, the money, and all that stuff, and it didn't take his big brother along with him. So I think that the tension grew more when the different fame levels came into play.
Me and my brother always been competitive. He's 9 years older than me, but we always been very competitive. But it's not about me and him, really. It's about him and his son.
I believe my son loves me, and I love my son. I want a relationship with my son. I want a relationship with my grandkids. I don't think that's asking much at all. But I'm gonna be honest with you. How you gonna say your loyalty is in another man, and your daddy gave you life? I don't understand that, man. That's awful damn confusing.
I am loyal to him. I will always love him. He always have a home right here. Him and Roger will always have a home. But if you got a great trainer and you got a great fighter, you're gonna get great results. That's what happened, you know, with me and Roger. We getting great results.
I am the main source. I'm the one that started this. I ain't following nobody. Everybody followed me. And I'm more concerned about my son than any of the rest of them. I'm not concerned with none of them. Nobody else in that camp. Whatever they want to say, I'll be coming back here. They want to say, they can say it to me.
In the backwoods of Guaynabo, rain can be refreshing when you're on the move. Energy will be at a premium on May 5th. Every step builds the body's reserve supply, sure to be called upon in Las Vegas. It's a fact that De La Hoya and his running mates know well.
Yeah. You've got sparring partners out there that just spar for a living. That's what they do. And sparring partners act like sparring partners. They just go rounds and do their job and get beat up a little bit. But we didn't want that. We got like up-and-coming fighters. The first day of training camp, I says, first one puts Oscar on gets $1,000. And that still stands.
All right, let's get out of here. Before it starts raining.
8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Not every sparring partner has the resume of Shane Mosley. In the De La Hoya camp, some are young hopefuls dreaming of tomorrow. Others faded prospects yearning for another shot. Here in Guaynabo, though, they're here for one purpose, in service of Oscar.
I try to enjoy every second of it and try to pick up as much as possible since he is a legend in my time, in my era.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finish it up.
It's crazy how I used to sit back and watch these guys on TV when I was young. Now I'm sitting here part of the team, you know.
9.
De La Hoya may not be as cruel to his partners as Floyd Mayweather. But being in the ring still hurts. Still, though, each exchange brings the boss one step closer to being ready for May 5th. So they hang tough and earn respect.
They've been a great help, and I was really impressed. Usually we get guys in that I have to send back right away, but no, these guys have been here from the beginning.
getting to a point where everything gets on your nerves, you know. My wife can't even talk to me sometimes. And as the fight gets closer, the tension builds up, you know, the pressure builds up. You just want to fight.
It's a half-hour drive in the Caribbean night from Wilfredo Gomez gym back home. A half hour to take stock of what's now just days away.
One day closer to the fight. I'm anxious. Every punch I throw,
I'm gonna beat you.
every round I go,
You will never be able to beat me.
just thinking about Mayweather.
They say never take your work home. It's easier said than done. The Guaynabo training camp has been in session for 8 weeks. The grind can be taxing on body and mind, but it's integral to the metamorphosis taking place of Oscar De La Hoya, from family man to fighter.
I can see the transformation, and it is a transformation. It's amazing. I mean, you can see it in his eyes, you know, and the way of speaking to people, or he gets more into himself. At the beginning, I didn't understand, and at first, I thought that he was mad or something, that we were fighting or something. I have learned, you know, to give him his space and to know what's my role in all this, you know, because it's a very personal thing for him.
This is serious business. If you're not ready, you're going to get hurt seriously. It's going to be that type of fight. I'm willing to punch as hard as I can, as fast as I can, until I can't lift my arms. I'm willing to do that. Is he?
We know he'll quit and we know he gets tired. Those two things that we do know. I never quit and I never show fatigue. I'm always ready, physically and mentally.
Back, shut up, boy. Back, shut up, boy. Back, shut up, boy. Oh.
Mentally, he's already beat. And May 5th, I'm gonna do the physical part, brutally.
I think about Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s position, you know, what he's going through.
It's getaway day in Puerto Rico. Team De La Hoya is set to head to Los Angeles for a day and then on to Vegas. For a big fight, the Golden Boy does not travel light. For De La Hoya, the 8-week camp went by slowly at times, quickly at others.
My body feels as tired as heck. We're tapering down, running less miles, not sparring as much. Just trying to conserve the energies and just rest, relax, rest the body, and get it ready for May 5th.
It's 3,000 miles in the air, 3,000 miles to think about what's in store on Saturday night.
So I think about my opponent much more than I think about myself. He's a very insecure person. What his father explained to me all these years about. You know, he needs a reality check.
Several thousand feet below, Floyd Mayweather is firmly entrenched in his own reality. And with the biggest night of his life just days away, the pound-for-pound king hasn't lost his signature swagger.
I can get the job done under any circumstances. It really doesn't matter. This is my job. There's no pressure on me. I know what I got to go out there and do. I know what it takes. I'm not even worried. It's time for me to go out there and execute and do what I do. When it all comes back to it, I'm still the king of the throne. I'm still the king of the throne.
Mayweather has never boxed at a weight heavier than 147 pounds. He will face De La Hoya at 154. Moving up in weight can be perilous for a fighter. But after 2 months in camp, Floyd is now bigger, stronger, and by the looks of it, as quick as ever.
I better not do it so fast. Show you how to do it for real. That's Fred Roach, you know. I used to whip it. And I'm just, you can't hold.
I'm gonna whip it. I'm gonna razzle. I'm gonna dazzle. I'm gonna be flashy. Them boys can't pass me. I'm getting that cash. I'm whooping it. And that boy, he living that flash.
In Puerto Rico, Oscar De La Hoya traced the walls of El Morro. Now on a cloudy Monday morning in Southern California, the Golden Boy does laps around the Rose Bowl and spars for the final time before Saturday night's bout.
If I don't stretch right away.
Months of hard work in Guaynabo have turned the body into a well-oiled machine.
Oh, get that on a 24/7. He's human.
Later Monday, De La Hoya gets an opportunity to try out his humor alongside an old pro as he joins Jay Leno on The Tonight Show. It's his 15th time on the program, and these appearances have become something of a pre-fight tradition.
When you go down to his show, it's like you say to yourself, yes, I've made it, you know. And then it's kind of like my lucky charm, too. Before every fight, I go down to his show.
Please welcome the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya!
He's always throwing at me, oh, well, fighters and women don't mix, you know, before a fight, you know, because they make your knees weak. And so we always have fun with that, you know, so it's pretty cool.
Now, were you abstaining? Because I remember you used to have that thing. Oh, no, you got to...
I knew that was coming up.
You got to come up. Yeah. I can tell by the sweat you were abstaining.
You know, everything is just spontaneous. Everything is just, it just happens. You have to come up with, like, your own little skit, you know, between each other. You know, and try to make it funny for the audience.
You build a little wall. What do you do?
Well, you put pillows in between.
You put pillows in between
you know, and you're hoping she, like, you know, touches your leg or something. And like, oh
no. Or something.
After the show, De La Hoya completes the final leg of the journey.
We're heading to the airport and we're on our way to Vegas.
The flight from LA to Vegas is barely an hour. When he arrives, he'll find a city primed for its biggest fight in years. Las Vegas is a city with an abundance of attractions. This week, though, De La Hoya Mayweather has become the undisputed talk of town.
It won't be long now.
Everyone on the Strip has an opinion, and no one's shy about sharing it.
This Saturday, gotta go with the Golden Boy.
I know De La Hoya. I have to root for him. He's not bad looking.
I
think Mayweather's got it. Mayweather's got it all day. He's gonna beat De La Hoya.
I like the La Hoya.
I know Floyd's gonna beat him easy.
I like De La Hoya. He's gonna steal the show.
She just think he cute.
Oh, Mayweather and De La Hoya, it's gonna be a good, interesting fight, you know? Two warriors going at it for the championship.
You know what? That's why the world awaits.
The pomp and circumstance of Fight Week begin with formal introductions at the MGM Grand. The pretty boy arrives first, with a kiss for grandmother Bernice, and some handicapping tips for the fight.
I also got a good left hook, I got a good left hook, a good right hand, and a good jab, and I can go to the body good. So like I said, I'm versatile all around the board.
The grand entrance of the favorite is captivating. But while Floyd lives just minutes away, the frenzied mob that greets De La Hoya indicates Las Vegas is still Oscar's town. After 14 years and 25 bouts amidst the city's bright lights, it's clear the Golden Boy's star still shines on the Strip. Later in the afternoon, Oscar returns to a quieter scene at the arena to take care of some business.
Legends have been built in here, and Oscar has this is like his second home. It's like his home away from home. And if you look at that, 16,500 people are going to be in here and cheering. Yesterday, actually, Jack Nicholson confirmed. We have Michael Jordan, we have Tiger Woods, we have Matthew McConaughey, Eva Longoria, Peyton Manning, we have Jennifer Lopez and Mark Anthony. As a matter of fact, Mark Anthony is going to sing the national anthem. I mean, it's just amazing. We're trying to keep as much of that away from Oscar and really I deal with all the things outside of the ring.
For De La Hoya, the businessman, this fight has always been about more than defeating Floyd Mayweather. It's many millions of dollars in business for Golden Boy. And according to some, it's an event that could do wonders for the sport of boxing. But there are moments when being Oscar De La Hoya is about something much simpler. Moments when he is reminded that when he first climbed in the ring, he was led by his father. And when he first dreamed of this kind of success, the inspiration was his mother.
Vamos. Vamos. Boom, boom, boom.
As Oscar reflects in the arena, across town at the Mayweather Boxing Club, Floyd and his uncle put on a trademark display. With the fight fast becoming the biggest story in sports, Camp Mayweather opens its doors to the media. And as usual, Floyd's quotes are full of pride, color, and venom.
Oscar want to be where I'm at. He want to be known as a legend, and I'm known as a living legend. When they mention Sugar Ray Robinson, they mention Floyd Mayweather. When they mention Muhammad Ali, they mention Floyd Mayweather. Oscar's name was never brought up then. When you're talking about the best fighter, you're talking about Floyd Mayweather. Right, that's right. Mexico! That's right. I'm the best. When you talk about 24/7, he born, extremely born. Who the want to hear about some cappuccino? Who the want to hear about some funky dogs? They want to see controversy. This is America. Come on, man. This dude is a fan of mine, man. This dude Oscar De La Hoya is a fan of Floyd Mayweather. Why you hire my dad? Why you hire my dad? Want to fight like me? Our family being wild and crazy is exciting to us. We don't mind. We don't mind. Get my dad on the phone. Get my dad on the phone.
If Floyd's father isn't answering the phone, it might be because he's busy training another fighter, lightweight contender Joan Guzman. Senior has spent the last 2 weeks working with Guzman after leaving Camp Mayweather when he decided he wasn't getting the respect he deserved from his son.
I'm the master at this. Truly second to none. Floyd George Mayweather Sr. is in control. Evidently, my son ain't wise enough to know that. You know, because his daddy is the best on the planet. There's no question about it. I'm sure my son is ready. He's working great. You know, he's, one thing is he's definitely in shape, if nothing else. He's in top shape. But it's, right now at this particular time, it's a good guy, bad guy fight, you know? And we know who the bad guy is. And we know who the good guy is.
Tuesday night, De La Hoya seeks a quiet place to break a sweat. He finds it in a large warehouse in the backyard of boxing enthusiast Tony Ryla, who lives a few miles from the Strip. Ryla regularly welcomes the best fighters in the world to train in his private gym. And he couldn't be happier to welcome the most celebrated fighter in the sport for an evening workout.
I'm a fight fan, and when I bought this house, this big building was here, so I said, well, why not put a gym in it?
Far away from the bright lights of this morning, De La Hoya goes back to work. The fight is 4 days away.
Boxing needs this. Boxing needs this type of event to happen. I think I've accomplished a great deal in my boxing career. Come May 5th, I think I'll put on the best performance of my life.
The desert sun rises in Las Vegas, and fight week rolls on with Wednesday's pre-fight press conference. With entourage in tow, Floyd sets out for the MGM Grand. But on the other side of town, another Mayweather makes the trip alone. Though Floyd Sr. isn't invited to be a formal part of the proceedings, his son still appears eager to salvage their fractured relationship.
If my dad want to come, you know, we got him a ticket. The seat to be empty right there, waiting for him to come sit down. Even though he's acting like a jerk, I mean, it really doesn't matter. I still love him. He's still my father.
Senior enters the MGM lobby without ceremony and takes a seat with the rest of the audience. Meanwhile, his son and his brother, the stars of the show, wait backstage for the festivities to begin. The mood is light, and the soundtrack old school. The Mayweathers couldn't appear more relaxed, trading dance moves while they wait for things to get going. Down the hall, Oscar De La Hoya is accepting visitors, including a familiar face from his days growing up in Los Angeles, former Dodger manager Tommy Lasorda. It's been 9 weeks since the fighters last met at the end of the cross-country press tour. Now they come face-to-face again. Both on the dais and in the audience, it's clear the long build-up is nearly complete. It's time for Floyd Mayweather to prove that talk isn't cheap, and for Oscar De La Hoya to show he has another great fight inside him.
It's a pleasure for me now to introduce to you, pound for pound recognized as the best fighter in the world, and he is Floyd Mayweather. Please, Floyd.
First off, I want to thank God. I want to thank my team. Thank the media. I'm here. I know what it takes. I'm hungry. I want to fight so bad. May 5th, you're going to see the best Floyd Mayweather. Thank you.
Now it is truly a pleasure for me to introduce to you, he is the golden boy from East LA, Oscar De La Hoya.
Thank you, Richard. Well, I'm glad to be here in Las Vegas once again.
It's always a pleasure. And well, we're ready for this fight. I mean, what can I say? I'm expecting the best of the best. All the attention will be on boxing May 5th. And now it's up to us two fighters to fight as hard as we can. And I don't expect any less. I know in my part, I'm gonna fight as hard as I can. Thank you.
Four weeks ago, Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather were 3,000 miles apart. Now they are separated by inches. Saturday night, they come together in search of their greatest victory.
I'm good at what I do, man. You just gotta respect it. You got to respect it. I'm gonna smack the. If he a real man, he'll smack me back.
You have to go up there and fight because it's your life up in that ring.
Look at De La Hoya. He wants to fight.
Pretty boy. I could beat him with one hand. I could beat him with two hands. I talk the talk and I can walk the walk. Right now, people that's at home say, I'm gonna pay to see that kid get his kid. Say what you want to say about me. I've been calling Oscar out for years. May 5th, here it is.
This has been a presentation of HBO Sports.